Morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Yo, can y'all believe we are closing the second week, yo? It's Friday already. Yo, I hope somebody is ready to have an amazing day at work today. Y'all hope somebody came ready to really win today, yo. But you know what? Before we do any of that, we got to get our favorite on here, y'all. Before we do any of that,
Happy Friday!
Happy Friday, Miss Simone. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What's up, man? Hi, Miss Simone. Hi, yo, I love it, yo.
Remember from Monday when I had the twisty twist till now? I'm telling you, the fro be coming through.
So the twist is what make it pop like that.
You got to do it. You got to do it. So you can pop out on a Friday and continue to pop out all throughout the week because we made it through our second week, Miss Joni. Good morning.
Can you believe it? Yo, week 2 done.
I can't. Heartbeats, how are y'all feeling? Week 2. Week 2, y'all. We just getting started.
Next week, we are officially halfway done. Next week.
Okay, see the countdown. You know, I like to know, mark where we are. Hold up. I'm not ready to go.
No, you know when I start holding them hands up, when I start holding them hands up, the countdown be extra real. It's nothing you can do about it, Mr. Mo. Yo, when I get the hands up, shorty, and I start the countdown, yo.
Miss Joni, we don't gotta do it. But how are you feeling this morning?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed, man. It's Friday, yo. It's a new day, new opportunities. Like, yo, it's so much, yo.
It really is. The sun came back out. I was just thinking about the great week we had and just I love to be here. This is the best place to be in the summers.
Yo, yes. And have you been watching the guest mentor spots, Miss Simone?
You know I do a split screen. And when I tell you,
all heat.
Every time. It's like really a blessing to just think like, wow, there's people that have really lived life, got all this knowledge and experience, and they want to come and drop all their jewels on us. Could be anywhere in the world with anybody, any people pretty much that they want because they have that mindset and they want to pour into us in the heartbeats.
Yo.
Miss Joni.
And Miss Simone, you know what else too, yo? For the people who are really like networking, because that's what we want. That's why we have a different person every single day. So you can kind of pick and choose who you want to network with. For the people who are networking, they are building up their arsenal and their social capital so strong. They don't even know it. They won't even realize it until they need to tap into it. Like, hey, can I get this college recommendation? Hey, can you get me a job at that place you was talking about? Hey, can you get me a VIP pass? Because now that the world opened up, concerts coming, and I want to go see who? Little Baby, Big Baby, The Baby, D Baby. Can you get me in? No, but like, yo, for real. Like, yo, we get VIP backstage passes everywhere we go. But like, you don't really appreciate it until you need it. And then you be like, yo, that's what Miss Simone was fussing about. Me networking and coming out of my shell and connecting with people, because these are the type of benefits that you can get when you got connections.
Miss Joni, don't get us started. Because we gotta.
Because somebody still don't get it, Miss Simone. Somebody still don't get it.
They gonna get it. I have a feeling, Miss J, you gotta get it. And the beautiful part is you get all that and you hear people's stories. They're just so genuine. They done been through hell and back and still be having smiles on their face. Even some of the heartbeats, I done seen y'all tell your story. If that does not show you that you can do anything, be anything, take over everything, Miss Joni.
Miss Simone, say that. Get in your pulpit, because we got people, they get a little raindrop on their head, y'all, and then they They down for the count, yo.
Tell them bring it on. And even yesterday, and then I promise I'm gonna be quiet because we got a fire session. We got some of the tech troubles, Miss Joni, and how y'all kept pushing through and did not give up. I'm like, y'all, this is why this is the place to be. We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. We call on the Verizon gods, we call on people, we make it work, we do what we have to do no matter what, because we know we're blessed and we know we're getting success. And that's just that.
What? Hey. Yo, I know we gotta get started, but I gotta make this one little thing, y'all. We gotta say hi and then get started. But mentors, today is the $100 day. Remember we said every Friday, Miss Simone? Remember we said that? Today is the $100 day, yo. This is the type of stuff I live for, to be able to recognize somebody that's been really stepping up and that's been really going hard for their goals. It ain't got to be somebody that's all loud with it or like out, because some people would take them a little bit of time. But mentors, I want you to send me your recommendations for my $100 award today. Like my new Heartbeat $100 award. Like, let me know who and let me know why they deserve the $100, and we're gonna bang somebody Cash App out today.
Oh, just phone tingling. You think it's an Instagram notification? No, honey, it's $100.
That's $100.
We don't care.
That's have a great weekend money.
That's okay.
That's enjoy your Friday. That's you've been grinding all week long. Let's go ahead and dash you some greasy ghetto Chinese food money, yo.
Good morning, Heartbeats.
Good morning, Heartbeats. Hey, yo, I'm first. Top of the list, Miss Simone.
Who is it?
Mikal Lewis.
Hey, Mikal, good morning, baby.
Mikal, good morning. What's up, Mikal? Mikal, breathing that success air.
Top spot.
Top spot. Breathe it in, shorty.
Feeling
it's different up here, yo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mikal. Good morning, new Heartbeats.
Good morning, new Heartbeats. Yes, the rookies.
Yeah. Good morning, OG Heartbeats.
Gotta mess with that. OGs, those are my babies.
You already, yo. Good morning, mentors. Y'all know what it is.
Good morning, mentors. Yes.
Yo, and for the people that got names, yo, Team Frontline.
In the front, always in the front, never in the back. Come on, Frontline.
Stepping in the front. Yes. Good morning, young leaders. That's Miss Carmen, right?
Oh, I think it's young new leaders.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Good morning.
Y'all know what we mean, yo.
Where y'all at? Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. Why now? That's how you remember it. Why now? Young new leaders. Let's go.
Yes, we love it.
Yes, and we can't forget Chosen Generation, yo. They be showing up, yo. Good morning, Chosen Generation.
Come on, y'all better manifest that. Good morning, y'all. Good morning.
Yes, and y'all know that it's meeting day today too. So when we come back from lunch, we don't come here. We go to our meetings. So if you don't know what your meeting link is, make sure you check in with your mentor. Links are going to be on the resource sheet. So if anybody links change, make sure you send me the updated link. Hopefully they stayed the same though. Prayerfully the link stayed the same. But if they didn't, send them to me so I can update the resource link. And for people who don't have a home, yo, crash one of these other meetings, but only go if you really want to get down and dirty with your goals. Like this is a working session to talk about your goals and to help you move forward with what you want to do.
I love it. Love it. That's how you do a Friday.
That's what we doing. All right, so do we open the door up now, Miss Simone?
Open. I've been waiting.
I see you got something in here, yo.
Session. Kim Bam.
Good morning.
Sam Gotti. Good morning.
How you feeling?
Great. She took the bonnet off for this, y'all. Y'all about to catch something. She took the bonnet off for this, y'all.
The last two sessions that I did, when I did this session, I didn't have no bonnet on, y'all. I couldn't come on with the bonnet.
Well, honestly, yeah, bonnet on or off, you always drop jewels. So I'm like, honey, you can wear you earned your bonnet rights because I already when
Thank
you speak, I am listening. How are
Yeah,
you this
yo.
I'm
morning?
good. I think I made a mistake though, y'all, because I drank a whole bottle of water before I got in the session.
Oh,
But it's
That's
stuff.
great.
We
You should
gonna
be
make it.
drinking like 10 bottles of water a day. That's great.
Yeah, but right before the session though, we got 30 more minutes. I need to
it's-
hurry up and use
Oh,
bathroom.
see, your little bowels is messed up. Hey, yo, it's okay. You can turn your camera off, y'all.
No,
Any other time I be wild and somebody turn their camera off, but you can turn it off. We got it.
a quick mute and we're gonna hold you down.
We gonna hold you down,
I'm
baby.
good. I'm good.
Okay. Think of
Session done.
dry biscuits, dry cactuses.
Five.
Okay.
I cannot.
All right. You want me to go ahead and show you? Should we just jump right in, Kim?
Yep, you can just go ahead, pull up the slides, yo. This is the only time y'all probably see me do like formal slides unless y'all watch like Money Mentor sessions, something like that.
Okay, let's see. Is it showing?
Yep, I can see it.
All right, perfect. You just tell me when you want me to hit next, and then I'll hit next.
Okay, yo. So today we are doing the Planning 101 session. And if anybody follow me on Instagram or anything like that, y'all know I post my schedules every day. For the people that have been watching them since day one, I did take a break or two in between, like to get my mental health together and stuff like that. But I've been posting my schedules. I do schedules every single day, even sometimes on the weekends now, because sometimes meetings find their little way into my weekends. I don't know how, but they do. So I make schedules for them too. You can go on to the next slide, Miss Simone.
All right.
All right, y'all. For the people that don't know who I am, y'all probably seen me on a couple sessions if y'all watch all the sessions or Wisdom Wednesdays. But I'm Cam. I'm 17 years old, creator of Chaos Smoothies. If y'all trying to get some smoothies tomorrow, I'm telling y'all, place your order in the link in my bio on my business page and in my link tree on my personal page.
And
I
get the
hope,
big red, y'all. Get the big red.
yeah, big red. Add y'all some sea moss in there. Y'all can add some magnesium for some stress support. Y'all can add some collagen for the hair, skin, and nails. I mean, y'all, I got the natural hair out today and my skin going, but
Period.
me. Um, co-founder of Quarantine of Lights with Elder, where we take trips all around the world with the food that we make. We'll be coming back next week, y'all. Elder internship came through and swiped up our whole little weekend. We was gonna come back with Hawaii pineapple rice bowls this weekend, but we gonna come back next weekend. So stay tuned. Have your money ready, y'all. But involved in a variety of different things, always willing to help. I hope that y'all kind of got that vibe from me from how I've been like extra in the comments. How about we say that? And always reaching out to one of y'all if I see something that was going on or something might be off, anything like that. But today, like I said, we're gonna be talking about planning. So I'm gonna first start talking about like why planning is important, and how it's kind of like helped me over this time, like in the pandemic, because that's when I really started planning like heavily. Like I always had goals, but the planning and the schedules took it to a whole different level because now I'm not all over the place, especially with all these projects that I'm getting put on. I'm like, no, I can't have my life all over the place. I'm not missing no meetings. I'm not getting no cuts out. I'm not with that. So, so with that being said, I probably just gonna go ahead, jump into the session, and you can go on to the next slide, Miss Simone. All right, so this is a quote that my father always used to tell me, even before the pandemic, and still now. But like I always would like press about getting goals done by a certain time and things like that. And he would say, "Failure to plan is planning to fail." And at first when he first started saying that, like a lot of stuff that my friend would say at first, I don't be trying to hear. Like, if you're watching this, no offense to you. But a lot of stuff I do not be trying to hear. So I wasn't really listening to it at first or trying to figure out what it meant. But like when we got in this pandemic and, Baltimore City schools was just doing whatever with us, like, we had any other schedule and everything. Nothing was really set in stone. It just felt like all over the place. And I had to figure out a system that would work for me because it wasn't no set schedule on how everything would go. And success sessions took up a big part of it at the beginning of the pandemic. And I'm grateful that we did have success sessions because it allowed me to keep like my mind and my thoughts flowing and things like that. But we didn't have no school schedule and stuff, and school was the main part of my day before. A reason why I couldn't go to Thriving Thursday at first when I originally wanted to go and be consistent and go, and kind of held me back from going. So I had to make something that could work for me and then could allow me to be like way more organized through how I did everything, because I knew I had a plan to, want to do better for myself. And if y'all don't know, everything that y'all put in your daily schedule is kind of like should be aligned to the goals that you'll have later in life. Like if you want to be an entrepreneur, like why isn't some of the things that's in your schedule researching or figuring out what type of business you want to start, going to an entrepreneurship class, different things like that, if that's what you want to do later on in life. Like parties and everything, they gonna be there. I'm like, Miss Johnny said she got all her parties in when she was young, so she don't do it no more. But the party's always going to be there. So try to do some things. Of course, have fun sometimes, but make sure that most of your schedule, most of your time, you spend investing in yourself and doing things that are actually aligned with what you're doing later on in life. Miss Simone, Miss Johnny, y'all got any questions before I just keep talking? Because y'all know I don't like just talking to myself.
You on it. I love it. And that last point that you just made about doing something that's connected to what you want to do later, yo, I could go in all day about that, but thank you for making that point because people underestimate that.
I was going to say the same thing, Cam. That was on point. It aligns with the goals. And I was just going to align it to, we've been talking about affirmations and manifestation. And when you put something on your schedule, that's kind of like you're affirming yourself that you're working towards your goals. You're manifesting, you're saying it, you're writing it down, and then you can follow up with the action of doing it. And before you know it, you'll get to your goals. So I love a plan, and you're doing great.
Thank you. And honestly, I think I would piggyback on what you said, Miss Simone, about them affirmations. Because sometimes, like, not gonna lie, this morning I did not feel like getting up. I just was like, I woke up at 7, like 7, my alarm went off, and I'm just sitting there like, I really don't want to get up. Like, I was in pain, so I didn't really want to get up. I'm like, no, I gotta get my jewel up. Like, let me just give it a couple more minutes. I give a couple more minutes. I'm gonna get myself together. I make sure I get my jewel. I'm like, people depending on me. That's what I just always keep like stuff like that in my mind for me to like actually want to get up. Cause like honestly, if I just was sticking to like, oh my God, I'm not feeling good, like I would have still been in my bed right now. I'm like, Miss Simone, I can't do the session. But I'm like, no, like people depending on me, people be watching my jewels. I got people that's gonna be on my back if I don't post my jewel. Cause I know how I be if I don't get a jewel by a certain time from somebody. Or Charles bluffing on a jewel, or Dorian got his jewel up. I'm like, yo, where the jewel at? Like, so I'm like, no, I don't want to hear nobody mouth. People depending on me. I'm going to get this jewel up. I'm going to do my session because I already said I was going to do it. And people going to get this planning session today. So I feel like them affirmations and them things that like that self-talk is really like what get me up in the morning. Eating your breakfast. Sometimes I know when I don't eat my breakfast or when I don't eat at all, like I'm cranky. Like got a little attitude. Might not want to be bothered. Not with y'all though. But I have enough. So I make sure that I'm fed. So yeah, if anybody ever have like any questions or anything, y'all can drop them in the chat. I can't promise y'all I'm gonna see it because honestly I'm making the phone and the whisper work. So we going to get into it. So if any questions pop up, Miss Simone, Miss Johnny, just let me know because I'm gonna have it like zoomed in where I can see the PowerPoint.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. And thank you for explaining discipline because exactly what you just talked about was the meat and bones of discipline that not a lot of people have. As soon as they get sick, they out the game. What? We ain't got time to be sick. They cut off, hop. Let's go.
Let's do it.
You're never sick though, so it's not fair. Your immune system like on go. So.
Honestly, it must be that big red KR smoothie or something. Never get sick. Never.
But all right, Joe. So I'm gonna kind of start talking about why it's hard for people to make a schedule. Y'all can drop some that's in the chat. Why y'all feel like it's hard to make a schedule. But a lot of times I feel like or not what I feel like. A lot of people have told me like they don't necessarily know every single thing that's going to be happening during the day. And honestly, it's not about making sure that you got all your ducks in a row. It's really about making sure that you have at least like a guideline or a template or something that you want to do or that you have set to do, like meetings. Meetings normally don't change time. Like I got weekly meetings that repeat every week. And if you got things like that, make sure that you put it in your schedule every week. you know, you got to eat, making sure you eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, or, you know, whatever works for you. I mean, sometimes people skip meals. They used to be me, but I know how it make me feel, so now I actually eat. But you know, different things like that. But it's not always about having everything together. Because if you're waiting for everything to be together, I promise y'all gonna be waiting forever. Because you know, sometimes everything just not gonna be perfect, and everything not gonna be aligned. Like today, like I wish that I woke up pain free, so I can just come on a session, or like, you know, full of energy. I'm full of energy today, but you know, it didn't work that way. So I still had to make sure that I'm adapting and just going on and, you know, shifting my schedule when need be and stuff like that, because changes pop up all the time. So I feel like a lot of people just are looking for that like perfect schedule, something that just don't change. And also another problem is well, not another problem, another thing is people think they don't know like how much time something takes. And I would say for that, like learning how to experiment with certain stuff. Like if you know that you're the type of person that it take an hour to eat lunch, like you gotta watch TV too. You gotta, you know, scroll through Instagram, watch a podcast, whatever the case may be, like while you eating your food or watching the show, like, and that's some form of your self-care, then you gotta put down the hour. You know, it can't always be a 15-minute lunch or a 30-minute lunch. Like it's honestly about knowing who you are as a person, like inside and out, honestly. Like, you know, you're not gonna know everything, but making sure that you adjusting and rolling with the punches. Really, I think Jada has said that last Wisdom Wednesday. Like, you gotta roll with the punches. New challenges gonna come every day, but like, are you gonna be willing to just keep getting back up after, you know, things come and try to knock you down? You can go to the next slide, Miss Simone.
Who said that?
Yo, come on, yo.
Don't need.
So go ahead. I don't have time for you to start today, yo.
I'm on mute.
Jeez. Oh, Karen, can you see it?
My bad, y'all.
Okay.
It's when I zoom, it knocked me off, but it's cool. I'm gonna keep joining back and do it again.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, she getting herself back together, Miss Johnny. We was just talking about last night. She was talking about the plan that she had. She said she gonna execute it, and then you just gonna see. She not gonna have to talk and explain it too much. She know what she gotta do. She said, you know what I mean, for support. So all right. So I kind of tapped onto some of the reasons why people find it hard to plan, but it's hard to stay on schedule. So sometimes you get sidetracked with certain things that you do. And honestly, you can't always have tunnel vision with everything. Cause I know for me, like I got a variety of different things that I do. So not gonna lie, like my money mentor thing that I be doing, I be on those calls, but I also be like, you know, preparing for success sessions, making sure I'm dropping my comment on there. You know, we might be having our 12 o'clock calls. I'm like, okay, I'm still going to be tuning in to Miss Mo's session. Like, you know, sometimes stuff kind of like overlap and your focus may be in different places. But as long as you put in a good amount, not even a good amount of effort, your best foot forward in the stuff that you're doing, like sometimes it's okay. I just know that's the personal reason for why sometimes my thoughts may be wandering or like thinking about other stuff that I had to do. Like I'm always like a person that like to plan for the next step. And sometimes you just gotta like go with it too. Sometimes be in the moment and everything like that. I'm kind of learning that. People in my ear about that too. But people also don't, like I said, don't know like how much time it takes to do stuff. Being realistic about their time, setting like unrealistic expectations. Like it's gonna take 5 minutes to eat lunch or 10 minutes to eat lunch when you know sometimes it takes you longer to eat lunch. So giving yourself enough time to do things and making sure that you kind of like optimizing your time. Like I said, still enjoy your time, but making sure that you taking that time to invest in things that you truly like need to work on or like self-improvement and stuff. I know like Sid, she reads her books every morning, posts her like
Lisa, did we miss them all?
Cam.
She got to be coming back.
You know she is.
You know she. Hold on, here she go.
the devil, yo.
The devil.
I wasn't even zooming in right there. I was just talking.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, Cam, where'd you go, baby?
It's cool. But like I said, like Sid reads her excerpts in the morning, and I always see her post those like about self improvement and stuff. Make sure that you include stuff like that in your schedule, because everything isn't gonna be like work, like hardcore work. Sometimes it's work just to focus on yourself, and sometimes people don't know about that type of work. Like I know for me, it was this poem. I don't got the book right by me right now, but it was called Productivity Anxiety, and like it's about trying to optimize every single hour of the day and just focusing on just that work or being productive or making sure that you're getting money and stuff like that. And I caught myself doing that, like just making sure that I'm always doing something. But sometimes it's important just to sit back, do some things that's really for you, read a book, light some candles, take a bath, a bubble bath, stuff like that. But I was not incorporating as much self-care in my schedules before. And me and Miss Joni, that was our goal this year. So I think we kind of doing better. I don't know. Miss Joni be putting her D&D on, so I think she doing better.
I'm doing a lot better.
Except for when she answered the call during the D&D.
Yeah.
The boy just freshly released out of prison, and he need a little teeny bit more guidance.
Okay.
Yeah.
On D&D time though.
Huh?
On D&D time though, you couldn't call during office hours.
I know you're right, but you know what? After youth works, I will be on the open sea.
Yeah.
So I will be inaccessible. I might try to post some of the dolphins on my stories or the sea turtles or whatever, so that y'all can see.
So we can see how you was living before.
Huh?
I said post another camel so we can see how you was living before you was even thinking about a horse.
Oh, a throwback. I'll show y'all a throwback. My life was amazing.
I haven't been seeing them on Sundays lately. Like you must have been really feeling horse miles lately, huh?
Wasn't thinking about a youth. Wasn't thinking about a youth. A youth what?
Oh, Miss Zion asked you a question, Miss Joni, about D&D.
Oh, was it hard put my track star? I'm not even going to lie. Yeah, it was, because I had a guilty feeling. That was very vulnerable, me saying that right now. So I hope y'all took note, because I don't normally admit stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely had a guilty feeling, but I also had to talk to myself and just like really understand, like, this is why I got a team. Like, this is why I have other people, and I trust the people that I'm surrounded by. I trust them to handle things appropriately and to do things in their own way, not to be exactly me, because that's what makes us so powerful and so dynamic, that everybody has something special that they bring to the table. But it's like, I kind of feel like it's showing non-confidence in my team if I can't take myself out of the equation sometimes, especially when I know that I need it.
We love it.
I'm like, okay, Miss Joni, giving us vulnerability on a Friday.
A mess, a whole mess.
But no, yeah, you definitely got us though. Like, I mean, I'm a part of the team too, because you know how I be, Miss Joni. You need help with something.
Yeah,
that's true, yo. Cam saw me struggling with that Lyft and that Uber that one day, yo. That line was so, yo, the line looked like the food stamp line on the first of the month, yo. And Cam was just like, Miss Joni, you need help? I looked at that little girl. I said, yes. Come on.
It wasn't even just the Lyft and the Uber that day. It was like Rabbit was on one ear. I think she was arguing with somebody.
Right.
She was in one ear. On the other ear, somebody else was saying something else. And then somebody else in the front was actually about Lyft and Uber. I'm like, I don't know how I would feel if I was Miss Tony. So Miss Tony, you need to go out with the Lyft.
There was so much going on, Miss Simone. That's when we was in person too, yo. This little girl saved my life.
We love it, Cam. She said, Miss Joni, I know you need some help. Sis, you want some help?
She's seen it, yo. She's seen it on my face, yo. She's seen it. She's trying to do everything, yo. I was like, this little girl is a blessing.
The whole blessing. Thank you.
Because I ain't really know her like that, for real. She was like just starting to come around, so I ain't really know her. And I definitely wasn't about to ask her for nothing. But yo, I was like, oh, baby, bless your little heart. I set her up with my laptop. It was the first time anybody's fingers touched my keys except for my own. Nobody's fingers had touched my keys on my laptop. I set that laptop up right in front of her. Say, here's what you do. Put in her name, put in her address.
Miss Johnny said, please, just take it away. Just take it away.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
no, if you really, really want to make sure Miss Zonnie got some love, always just send her a couple text messages or so. Cause
Yeah.
it's cool to, what I mean, well, not cool. Well, yeah, it's cool. Messing with Miss Joni in the morning and stuff like that. Send a little audio. I can send audio messages to death. I don't care. Miss Simone know, Miss Mo know, Miss Joni know. Everybody getting an audio. And y'all can say when I'm gone and might not be sending audio messages that much. Y'all listening to my little audio like, dang, Cam just be like, come on now. Like, I need it. Like, they reusable. They reusable audio messages. Y'all can use them again. So,
God.
make sure y'all checking in on your vessels because Miss Joni, she started it, but we keeping it like going, like the heartbeats, and that's what we need to live, that heartbeat. So we gotta make sure the people that's in the core, the mentors, Miss Joni, everybody still like good. Because if they not good, they probably not gonna say it. 9 times out of 10, you just gotta know that, like, Miss Mo, like your energy was phony today. Like, what's going on with that?
Not phony.
Yeah, not knowing our business, Kim.
Right? Like, okay, move on. Next slide.
Right.
Next caller.
Stick to the
Stick to the script.
All right, Joe. So, but I would say I was gonna try to do like a little run through, but for the fact that this keep kicking me off, it's just not giving that I'm gonna be doing a run through. So I'm gonna offer y'all, like, if y'all all want to do like a scheduling session, I can set up a Zoom or something for us to do, and then also y'all can hit me up for one-on-one. Somebody can drop my Instagram in the chat. I do one-on-ones, but I can kind of like talk to y'all about how y'all should make a schedule. So for me, I don't use no like special app or nothing like that. Mine's kind of like, I guess you could say it's kind of rinky dink, but it worked for me. So that's all that matters. Y'all doing schedules that work for y'all. It's not all about what the next person doing or anything like that. Like, it's about making sure that you know what you got ahead of you for the day. Like, it's not like something hitting you out of the blue, like, oh, I got this meeting. No, you already got the meeting set down. Like, I know for me, yeah, is every other week. Yeah, it's in my schedule. I got entrepreneurship class Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Mondays. I'm gonna make sure that's in my schedule every single week until the contract is over. Because I'm making sure that I'm not getting no cuts out. Like I said, that's one of the priority on the priority list. Don't get a cuts out. That's on the priority. I'm telling you, put that on your priority list. You'll never get a cuts out. Make sure that you on your P's and Q's. Go to the meetings, especially if they paid ones. The entrepreneurship class is very important. It's a big bag. And I value Miss Joni and her network, and I would not tarnish that nor my brand, because I built the run up for myself, and I can barely say that now. Yeah. So make sure that everything you do is just aligning with what you do. Oh, shout out to Chelsea. She started her schedule this week. She tagged me in it. Real nice schedule. So shout out to Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea.
Hey, Chels. Okay.
We love it.
But schedules is, like I said, is always just something to align with who you are as a person, the goals that you have, the brand you want to set up for yourself, and all your priorities. It might sound like I'm trying to just make it as simple, but that's really all it is. Like, I know everything in Miss Joni do, mainly dedicated to her smiles, because, her smiles her lifeline. We keep her going. We the heartbeats.
Yeah.
She always doing something behind the scenes, networking, on a meeting, on her treadmill. That's her self-care, on her look. Wait, where you been at with the treadmill? You haven't even been on the treadmill on success sessions. What's going on with that? When you be
I be on my treadmill every day.
But
Which y'all be on your 15-minute break? Because I get a mile in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was just making sure you wasn't slipping, because I haven't been seeing no meetings with Miss Joni walking on the treadmill.
I get a mile in. No, that's because with success sessions, it's a little different. I get to get on every break and all that. And it just depends on the meeting too.
All right, okay. I do that. All right, so yeah, y'all. It's about that. Priorities, aligning with your goals and your brain. You can go to the next slide. All right. I was kind of having this been like a theme all throughout the presentation, if y'all didn't know. But be organized and create a schedule based on your specific needs. There is no specific model that fits everybody. So for me, y'all, the main thing that I started with was a planner. Like, planner used to be my go-to, my ride or die, 2021, the ones with the years on it. I mean, it's still filled up. Don't get me wrong. Let me see. Pull up a July. my programs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this wasn't my end all be all too. So I got the daily schedules, I got the reminders in my calendar on my phone. So it's no really set way that, goes with you. It's just all about how you can adapt and you can adjust, and something that can be where you'll actually remember what you're going to be doing next. Because for me, I reference back to my daily schedule on my phone, which is in my notes, and then I look in my planner for like big stuff like events and birthdays and things like that. But it's all about you. So do stuff that's for you. Be organized. Create a schedule, or create some reminders or anything so it's set up just for you.
I love that.
All right. So this slide last time before y'all was about when we had success sessions break. I swear I was about to fall out over the success sessions break. But y'all getting it early. Y'all getting it early. So we in week 2. So y'all cool. But I don't know, I might hit the slide back to make sure that y'all doing your schedules will be done with, success sessions too. But what should heartbeats do to keep a consistent schedule? Like I said, make a system that's set up for y'all. Don't do what Miss Joni gonna say, because Miss Joni got her own little thing. She might got her Google Calendar. I don't know what Miss Joni do. Google Calendar, but whatever it is, she got it together. Miss Simone got her schedule together. She do her split screens, success sessions on one, work on the other, stuff like that for her. My stuff, I do my planner. I got my daily schedule. I got accountability part of this too, because if I'm not on the meeting, I know somebody gonna let me hear it. But I mean, I'm always on my meeting, so they don't have to let me hear it. But making sure that you just stand true to yourself, holding yourself accountable. That's the real thing. Like, you're the one who will create the schedule. So you're the one who's setting up these expectations for yourself and everything like that. And if you don't start holding yourself accountable, you won't be expecting or relying on other people to do it for you. And if y'all get that first cuss out from Miss Joni, I don't know how many more cuss outs she's gonna be doing, until she just stop and be like, wipe her hands with it. Because the cuss outs is if she really care about you.
Hello.
If she don't care about you, she just gonna let you do whatever. Not to say she don't care about y'all and all
Not
of this.
you telling my business.
I ain't telling your business. I'm just saying this is a prelude. If y'all just warming up yourself for a cuss out or anything like that,
Not warming yourself up.
If y'all warming yourself out. So I would just say making sure that you holding yourself accountable, because you don't want to keep hearing other people's mouth. That's the main thing that I just make sure that I'm always on point for, because I just hate hearing people's mouth. Like, you don't want to hear your parents' mouth, you don't want to hear Miss Tony's mouth, your mentor's mouth. Like, just make sure that you're on top of your stuff and setting high expectations for yourself, because other people believe in you, but it starts with you.
I love that, Cam. Can I just say one thing too? Because I don't want y'all sitting up here acting like we just have all the answers and we don't have bad days and we just expect everybody to just be perfect. That's not what it is, y'all. But there is a pattern to leadership. There's a pattern to success. And that pattern is really holding yourself accountable, being consistent, when you can't be there, communicating early and setting up stuff in place so that even if you can't be there, someone else can be there for you. Like, it's just a boss mindset that really, really, it's a pattern. You start getting into a flow. And so I really hope y'all are taking what Cam is saying to heart, because she's giving y'all all of it. How to be there, how to be consistent, how to plan your self-care, all of that, so you can have a whole healthy, happy, successful life. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now, Kim.
And I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be laying it out all right here. Like, it might be a couple things that I might not hit on for you, but like I said, I'm always here for support. Y'all can never say that I don't be dropping my Instagram in the chat, or y'all don't know how to reach me, because Wisdom Wednesdays be on Wednesdays. I drop my Instagram on there. I got entrepreneurship classes. I be on here dropping my Instagram and everybody else's Instagram, so y'all can't never say y'all know how to reach me. Y'all got questions after this? Make sure that y'all reaching out to me, because I will be texting y'all back. Even if I'm on a meeting or something like that, I swear, I'm telling y'all, I be on my little sessions with my job. I be right on success sessions too. Like, success sessions is a priority to me, and I was not missing success sessions. That's why I was contemplating a job before. But Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yo.
It's cool. They can know. They can know. It's a priority to me. I still get my job done. That's what it's about, right?
I know that's right.
Done.
So yeah.
Done.
But I'm gonna just finish these. Not look. You don't have to bring up the slides again.
Okay.
I'm gonna just finish this real quick because I know Miss Johnny gonna be rushing us off here in a couple minutes.
You know, Kim.
So it's cool.
5 more minutes. 2 more. Okay.
Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna talk real quick about branding. I've been saying like, even some of my little cousins and my nieces, some of y'all might got your little middle finger up. And not gonna lie, I can't say I was always perfect. I used to do it too. I'm not gonna pull up no picture because I do got it in the archives, but I ain't gonna pull up no picture. But just that's not something that you supposed to be doing. It don't look cute. It's not gonna get you a job. It's not going to benefit you. It might get how you feeling out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what benefiting you with. But do stuff that's willing to be connected to your brand. Like, I don't want nobody to view me like I'm saying after everybody, after world, blah, blah, blah. Like, my music that I put on my page normally don't have no cursing. Like, I'm not saying I'm a perfect person because I promise y'all I'm not. I got stuff that go on behind closed doors, stuff, mental health, everything like that. But what I am presenting to the world is nothing but positivity and, mentorship, being a leader and things like that, because that's how I want the world to portray me. And y'all don't have room to portray me in any other way, like, because that's all I'm putting out there. And people can only judge you by the things that you put out there. The opportunities that I've been able to be afforded and things like that. It's all because of the brand that I set up for myself, the people I stay connected to, like my friends right now. We got Elder, Shalal, Jada, Dorian, like everybody like that. They all, for the most part, positive people. From Miss Johnny started saying something about Jada. They all positive people. They all got something going on for themselves. You see Dorian getting on sessions, doing workout sessions. We got, they all mentors. Elder mentor, Jada a mentor. They all got something going for themselves. And that's how I portray myself too. Like, we don't have to do everything exactly the same, but we all on a similar path. We got that success mindset and we want to go somewhere. So it's about who you surround yourself, what you putting out there, for to know when, like, how people are going to portray you and what rooms they're going to put you in. And sometimes you got to bring your own shit to the table. Like, I like putting other people on, but sometimes you got to put yourself on. Like, bring your own shit to the table. The sessions, these are the perfect time to kind of brand yourself, start putting yourself out there. I be dropping Miss Simone Instagram in the chat, Miss Mo session in the chat. Like, y'all can get on these sessions, start talking about what y'all want to do. Y'all never know who's going to be watching these success sessions. Use them as networking opportunities so you can get yourself out there. But that's all I'm going to say about branding. I might do another session completely about branding. But kind of want to do like a blessing. So anybody got like, anybody on anybody team, it don't have to be the front line because I know my team is like the best. Y'all can drop like one person from each group. I don't know how many teams is it?
I don't know. It's a lot. Probably like 7 or 8, something like that.
Everybody pick one person from their team, right? And send their name to my phone because every mentor got my phone. I bless them, get them a planner, whiteboard, anything y'all need for planning. Just over to me, and I get that for them. But that's all I really got for y'all. Miss Samo, you can drop your jewel first, and I just do the mic drop.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, the blessings just don't stop.
Thank
you for blessing us with your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience, helping people plan. I just feel like y'all, Cam is just a really great example of someone who really pushes themselves and is willing to help others. So can't say it enough. Make sure you're pushing yourself to be the best you can be and help somebody along the way. I know there's probably so many of y'all in the chat that have so many good things to offer, share. So please don't be afraid. We don't have that much time left. So I need to see y'all up here. Tell me what you want to talk about, what you want to portray yourself to the world, how you're going to put yourself out there, and let's get the success. Okay, go ahead, Kim.
Oh, that was your jewel, Miss Simone?
Yeah, it was a long one. I was
like, oh, I thought you was just talking.
I know. I was too excited. I was getting emotional. I'm just so proud of you, Cam. And you know, okay, I'm gonna just be quiet.
Thank you. Yeah, don't get emotional because Miss Johnny, we don't want you to think about how I'm gonna leave. I was getting emotional about it the other day. All right, Joe. So my jewel is quality over quantity. Like it's not all about optimizing every single hour of the day. Like, do it during the daylight hours, like Miss Joni said. Y'all still got 2 more hours, whatever the case may be. Do it during the daylight, and then when the sun go down, that's when you take care of yourself and everything like that. And you know how you're investing your time. So making sure that any amount of time that you spend anywhere, I don't care if it's 5 seconds, make sure it's the best 5 seconds that you can offer. So quality over quantity, yo. I love
Yeah.
y'all.
Thank you so much, Cam. That was an amazing, amazing, amazing session. Thank you, Miss Simone. Monday.
Monday we'll be back.
I see you Monday. I
Bye.
see you.
Have a great day. Be
All right.
safe this weekend.
Yes, of course. Y'all, what I'm trying to tell y'all, Miss Simone get us right every morning, right? All right, but go ahead. Take your break. Take your 15-minute break. I see y'all back here at 11 for our guest mentor spot. We back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope y'all had a great break. Man, listen, was Miss Simone's session not all that? Did Cam not bring it? Like, yo, and please take her up on that offer. How many young people do you see actually trying to help other young people? It's not a lot. So I appreciate Cam for stepping up to say, yo, nominate somebody, I'm going to hook you up. So y'all need to be banging on your mentors' head right now, like, yo, is it me? Are you going to nominate me? Because I need that whiteboard. I need that planner. I need to get my life together. And look, even if you don't get it, still connect with Cam, because a lot of the strategies and stuff that she talked about are life skills that you're going to need to help you reach your version of success. So I'm excited, y'all. Y'all already know our guest mentor spots. They kind of be my favorite a little bit. And this one is about to be amazing, y'all. And when I tell y'all, you know what? I can show y'all better than I can tell y'all. But for people who are interested in journalism, storytelling, writing, all that type of stuff, this is going to be your session. So get your notebook, get your pen, lock in, because this is about to be your session. Miss Jane.
Hello. I think I got the second earring in. I don't put earrings in for everybody.
So we know we special. How you doing?
Good. And my lighting needs some help, but I want to make sure when we say journalism, let's see, I'm working on the lighting. When we say journalism, we know that it means video, photo, audio, podcasting. And I am curious. I don't. It looks like they're big on hearts. There's a little delayed. Okay, so there are some words. Hey, Donovan McLean. That they know that it includes that, because I bet there's a few people out here who out there listening who actually could help me with my lighting, because lighting and video, we do a lot of video, but everything requires writing. And I think Andrea McDaniels, I'm going to start off, but I think Andrea McDaniels and Pam.
We about to get Pam in here. We about to get Miss Pam in here. Yeah, I just had
Can
to.
We all,
okay, absolutely.
Yes. So I mean, I'm the. Let's get them all in here.
Hey, Miss Pam.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
How you doing? Good. While we waiting for Andrea. No, hold up. I think Andrea's coming. She don't have her video together yet, though.
Hi, Carmen Doyle. Hi, Kylie. I just love all these new names. I love my older name, the names I already know. But and here's Andrea McDaniels.
How are you?
Hey, Miss Andrea, what's up? How y'all feeling?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We got a little bit of time to cover a lot of stuff. So can we start with some introductions real quick? Is that okay? Miss Pam, you want to go first?
Hi, yes, I would love to go first. Hi, everyone. I'm Pam Rentz. I am 20 years old. I'm a rising junior at Florida A&M University. I'm studying journalism. I'm an intern for Urban Health Media. It's Jane. She's been showing me the ropes this summer. I'm having a fabulous time. I've been allowed on a lot of projects, and I've had a lot of fun. One of my favorite things I've gotten to do was write risk stories for a project with America's Promise, a series of articles, if you will, on various cities around the country, and how mental health, racism, poverty, and a lot of other social issues can affect the development of children and young teens in the area. Also, I've done some podcast work for the Sazozi Foundation. I got to write for the Washington Blade for Pride Month. We had a Pride Month edition on discrepancies people might have about the LGBTQIA plus community. And right now I'm a co-moderator with another intern, Davon Harris, for our weekly IG lives called Therapy Thursday, where we talk about a range of issues concerning mental health. Last night, we just talked about suicide and self-harm prevention. Last week, we talked about or the week before, the one I did by myself, I liked to talk about transgender mental health. That one was an excellent one where we partner with panelists and therapists and psychologists, and we have everyone, have a informal discussion, and our viewers get to learn a lot about mental health and also go back and share it with their family and friends and communities. But that's a little bit about me. I'm waiting to hear everything about everyone else.
We love it. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Andrea.
Who I already told Pam, I said, it's going to be great for you to meet Andrea. So, and everyone's lucky.
Yeah, it's very impressive what you just said. But so I'm a journalist. I worked at the Baltimore Sun for about 25 years, but I recently took a buyout and in transition. But for 8 years, I covered health, and I focused a lot on health disparities. And it's a big interest of mine. And even in my last job at the Sun, for about 3 years, I was on the editorial board, and I also wrote a column. And part of my focus was on inequity and race, but also health and health disparities. So a huge interest of mine. And I did a big project probably about 6 years ago on trauma, and how exploring Baltimore neighborhoods where there's a lot of violence and how it impacts the people who actually live there. So we often cover this, the shooting, the people who are shot, but we never cover the community and what happens to the community that's left behind. So I focused a lot on that project, on that project. And so I've been working with this program for since it started, right, Jane?
Yeah, actually, we brought you in to help get things, accelerate things around the midpoint of our first year, in part because we didn't have enough working journalists that were moving quickly enough.
Yeah, so, and I love working with the students. We need more people of color in the journalism field to tell these stories. Otherwise, they don't get told. So I think this program is very important.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much. And Miss Jane, I know we're going to focus more on Pam and Andrea's story, but could you introduce yourself for people who aren't familiar with you at Media?
Yeah, and I mean, not my personal story as much as just like the motivations for why I started it, and I want to have us all, would talk about why we do what we do. And I noticed that already somebody said, and I actually don't know if I have the ability to respond. And can we respond to all these messages?
You can respond if you pull up on a separate device the actual live. But we have a resource sheet. So people that want to connect with you, I'm going to have your information.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Okay, all right.
Okay. No, you ain't.
I send 17 or 18 hearts to all of you. But Naeem mentioned something that I want to follow up on. I'm not sure how old Naeem is, but they mentioned, I try to use they because just to be careful. That person mentioned that they're not that great at journalism, which is a little bit funny because I suspect you're either high school or college age. And I still, even at this late date, and I took a buyout from USA Today in March, and I was there for 28 years. I actually didn't realize Andrea had spent so many years at the Baltimore Sun. So yeah, we have a lot of experience, but we were getting rewritten too. I can't speak for Andrea, but I bet she had, every now and then you were getting edited, right? At least when you're a health reporter. I mean, so none of us are start out great at journalism, but I wanted to make a difference. Even in my little town, I grew up right outside New Haven, Connecticut. I wanted to make a difference with journalism, and I just love what Andrea said about people tend to forget the communities. That is exactly why this program was started. It's Urban Health Media Project. So go to urbanhealthmedia.org later. We can, that'll be on the resource sheet. But I was talking to an African-American doctor named Dr. Reed Tuckson, who almost everybody who's of a certain age in the medical field knows of Dr. Tuckson. He was the chief health officer, healthcare officer at United Healthcare. But his most proud stint was as public health commissioner of Washington, D.C. during the crack and HIV/AIDS epidemics. But he and I were talking. I was doing an interview with him the first time ever, and we just bonded over the fact Ferguson had just happened. And we lamented the fact that the media, which I remain a part, was covering the heck out of it, but they were going to forget about them, just like they forgot about Freddie Gray's neighborhood and everyone else. And I wanted to keep the attention on these issues, because journalists, and it's gotten way worse in 4 years, we only focus on the big news, the hurricane, the condo collapse, all that. We're not going to be doing condo collapse stories in a year, but we're going to now spend the rest of the year on, apartment building structure. And I'm not saying we shouldn't spend a lot of time on that, but we want to keep the focus on these issues. And we want your help. Our students, including Pam, Pam's only been with us a couple of months or a month and a half. I'm not sure how long, but I'm not letting her go. And we're going to hang on, because we keep in touch, and to help young people like her, I want to help her get an internship next summer. Hopefully, unless it's even higher than this, at the Tallahassee newspaper, because she goes to school down there and lives part-time down there. So we're giving her the paid experience this summer and getting her name on articles so that she can get an internship paid next summer. Davon Harris is the other intern with Pam. One of my proudest life moments, and this is not bragging, it's maybe just to date myself, but I did the stories that airbags were killing kids. The government wasn't telling anybody in the mid-90s, so you can blame me for sitting in the back seat when you were a kid. Like, that's some pretty big stuff. But like the fact that Davon Harris could leave his job, it broke my heart. He was stocking shelves overnight at Target while he was in school. I'm like, it's hard. It was hard enough. I worked at a bar restaurant when I was in college, and it was hard enough to do that just, a few hours on the weekend and when I had time. But I wanted him to get career experience. I'm just not a fan of fast food, period, but particularly as an employer. It can be, important experience, and it can help you pay your way, save up money for college, get your apartment and all that. But if there's something you have a passion about, and I bet every single one of you can think of something, 15 things, but at least something that really bothers you about what's going on in your neighborhoods. And I'm going to just, and by the way, Davon does video editing for us. He's had videos in USA Today. Pam will likely have her name on a story in USA Today within a couple of weeks. The Washington Informer, we want to reach out to, we want to get in some of the Baltimore publications, hopefully the Baltimore Sun. Some of my students were just in the Indianapolis Star. We're going to be submitting things to TV stations so they can run our stories. We do events. Pam was at this great event we did. Part of our grant funding is to do mental health around BIPOC, young people of color, and or LGBTQ, which is why Pam, who's an ally, has been focusing, had helped a lot with that content, but just to really talk about what it's like to be these young people whose parents might be rejecting them. We wrote about homeless LGBTQ youth, but please think about what's pissing you off, if I can say pissing. I guess I can say pissing. What's pissing you off in your neighborhood that you would like to make a difference about? And I'd like to have Andrea talk a little bit more about whatever she'd like to talk about. I'd like to see any questions in there. But Andrea's trauma project, it was just fabulous. And it's the kind of thing that people like Andrea and I only can do when we get fellowships, it seemed, in journalism. I was able to do that kind of deep dive reporting, but we already have the funding to do that. But Andrea, you got some results from that. Wasn't there some, I think you won an award, and you didn't something change? Some more money get targeted to a community?
I did. I won some national awards for it, but also you started seeing more of a focus within city government on trauma. People started talking about trauma. People started talking about, and they do this now within city jobs. They train people on trauma-informed care and how to approach issues from a trauma perspective. So that's part of city government now. So what I wanted to say,
huge,
to the students that are looking to do this program is, journalism gives you a voice, You know, when you write news stories, you do have to, show both sides and, be accurate and not share your opinion. But the way it does give you a voice is within the stories you choose. So you're choosing stories that other reporters might not choose. So that gives you a voice. How you approach the stories, what angles you take with the stories, that all gives you a voice. Further down your careers, you can do opinion writing where you even have more of a voice. But I think journalism offers a way to get these voices out there that we don't see, and that's why we need people like you all, to train in this and and become journalists. And it's also great to see your byline in print. There's something about that. And with social media now, so many people respond to you now. You can put your stories out on Twitter, on Facebook, on even not TikTok, but Instagram, do Instagram stories, and people respond. There's so much reach now. You can reach, millions of people on Facebook. You go viral, you reach a ton of people. So there's so much of a chance for you all to have a voice.
And we need help with social media. I don't know about you, Andrea, but I don't consider myself very good at social media, and we need very young voices. I mean, we have opportunities for that. I just wanted to mention,
Miss Jane, before we go too far, into those weeds, can we get Pam real quick to talk about how she got to this place? Because I think that'll help put into context, especially for the age group that we have right now, who might be thinking about this as a good opportunity. So Pam, can I pass the mic to you real quick, and can you just kind of give us your story and spill as much as your tea as you're comfortable spilling, but just kind of walk us through your life and how you got to this point.
Yes.
Walk me through your life. That's crazy. Well, I went to high school in Waldorf, Maryland, about 35 minutes outside DC. Don't try to say the word out the way. Waldorf just right across the bridge, you know what I'm saying? But I was really into law. Like, I was dead set. I was like, I'm going to law school. Like, I'm about to make change. Like, I used to be like all in like mock trial and SGA. I was like SGA president of like my school and my county, and I was in the state stuff. I was really into like the activism stuff. I would go to stuff on the weekends. I would go to lobbying week in Annapolis and stuff like that. Like, I was so in tune with all the police brutality things going on, Stoneman Douglas stuff, spearheaded marches and sit-ins and stuff like that. And I really flocked to groups of people in my area and my community that did stuff like that. And I thought that was so cool and intuitive. And I was like, I'm going to be the change I see in the world through law and civil justice and things on a spectrum of maybe in a sense, I thought like I was going to be the savior to fix and turn around the corrupt justice system. And I kind of just got a dose of reality. I just kind of, I got an internship with a defense lawyer, and I got to go to court every day and like sit with judges and meet them and get to know like the inside of it. And they see tons of people who come through like me, like young, like they haven't been turned off from the world. They haven't seen the dark sides of it. And even if they like, I remember I sat down with a guy, his name was Judge Talley. He was like, I see a lot of young spirited aspiring lawyers like you who think they can go and change everything with one case by case at a time. But if you are trying to be morally correct with an immoral system, you're gonna die very sad. You're gonna go out very sad. You're gonna be burnt out. You're gonna hate what you do because you can't save them all. You cannot save them all. You cannot one person trying to defeat a system of oppression that's been here since the first 4th of July. Like it's not obtainable. And I really started to think, I was like, dang, like, well, it's got to be something I can do. It's really, and I've always been a good writer. I've always been very passionate about writing and what I could, express and educate people on. I was always cool with English teachers, like that. I was always into poetry and stuff like that. And Florida A&M was one of my first top choices of colleges, and I was talking to I think an admission advisor, and he was just like, we have a School of Journalism and Graphic Communications. We get our student-led newspaper gets awards every semester. Our professors are, world renowned, stuff like that. They go on newscasts and stuff like that. So I was like, maybe journalism is a way to go. I came in knowing nothing about journalism in college, and I absolutely love it. This is my first internship with Urban Health Media Project, and I was really excited when Jane was telling me what they do and how, they use all content platforms to really educate communities and families and friends about what they can do to be an ally, what they can do to dismantle these systems of oppression. And I really think I found my niche. Like I found where I can have a happy medium and know that it all is not lost because I can't go and flip tables and disrupt the justice system one case at a time, because it's I won't say it's impossible, because nothing's impossible, but if I never obtain it, then you only get one life to live. You gotta make the most out of it. And I think with journalism, that's how I see myself doing, and I'm really happy with the things I've written so far. I see a lot of good things in my future to come, and I think that kind of sums it up, truthfully.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing and so inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Andrea, I kind of want to get a little bit of your story as well, because I mean, you kind of told us where you are, which is absolutely amazing. But if people were thinking how did your journey start? Can you give us some of that?
Sure. I started it in high school with journalism, mainly because I liked writing. So I took a class, and then I liked writing even more. I like, seeing my name in print. I like being able to have, some sort of influence. So I did it in college. I went to University of Maryland, where I worked for one of the Black newspapers on campus, mainly, and did internships every summer. Um, and then went on to the Charlotte Observer for a couple of years in Charlotte, and then was at the Baltimore Sun for 21 years. But I just like having my voice out there. I never thought we saw enough positive stories. I say positive stories, enough balance in how we covered African American communities in particular. We wrote about the violence, but we didn't see everyday things like we would Caucasian Americans. And even when I covered a business beat in retail, I used to have to go out and cover the Black Friday shopping stories. I always made sure I talked to Black families and made sure we photographed Black families, even in the most mundane stories, because we need to see Black people in regular settings, because we are in regular settings, but you don't always see that in media. That's what was one of my goals, to see more of our faces in everyday coverage. I remember going out on Black Friday one time with a photographer, and she stopped a white family, blonde, blue eyes, and was like, she's so pretty, she's so, she's the perfect image. And I was like, no, I just moved on. I didn't see anything. Moved on. I was like, how about this family? So, that kind of thing. So that's the kind of influence. And, I don't even think she knew what she was saying. But you come at these stories with your perspective, and that's the kind of, influence you can have. So just getting those different voices out there is what I liked. And I really went to opinion writing for the last, I guess, 2.5 years, because I thought I could have even more of a voice. I could say what I felt. A lot of times with news stories, you can't say exactly what you feel, but I could be more, I could be stronger about what I felt. I guess that's an example with Nicole Hannah-Jones. Have you guys been following her? Nicole Hannah-Jones was a New York Times reporter who did a big project for the New York Times about slavery, and how we need to address slavery in this country, and how it's influenced where we are as African Americans today. It's why we don't have the legacy wealth. It's why we don't own as many homes. It's why not as many of us can get an education. So she did a huge project on how slavery contributed to that, and there was a huge backlash from a lot of conservatives. And she was going to be a professor at the University of North Carolina, and there's a huge put backlash against her. An editor from a paper out, or publisher from a paper in Arizona, wrote a big story denying her, protesting her tenure. So they finally decided to give her the job, but with no tenure. So I was able to write an editorial, which is an opinion piece in the paper, saying that we have to stop whitewashing history. This is our history, and we can't ignore it. And questioning, why don't people want this history told? So I could say that with voice. And if you guys don't know the story, UNC offered her the job back, but then she threw it back in their face, said no thanks, and now she's going to Howard University. So if you guys don't know that story, you should look it up. But yeah,
wow, and that's where the dean was on like national TV apologizing, saying that. Okay, that's crazy.
So that's the kind of voice I liked having. Yeah.
No, thank you so much for sharing that, Jane. I'm gonna let you work the chat. You keep working the chat. Let me holler at y'all. Look, y'all. I gotta keep it all the way real, right?
Yep.
Sometimes people think that they want these opportunities because I already know it's going to be dozens of people that want to say, "Yeah, I want to do this. I'm interested in it." What would you say to people who are interested about what they need to stay consistent and to have longevity in this? Because unfortunately, sometimes people get it and then it's like they fall off. Like they got the potential, they got the talent, but they don't always stick. So like, what would you say for people just so that when they get in this and when they hit up Miss Jane, they can be sure that they're going to follow through on all of the commitments?
Mm-hmm. I would say be open-minded, be willing to learn, be willing to put in the work, be able to listen, and really learn from the experience. Because sometimes, even me, as Jane said, we were edited, sometimes more than we wanted, but but everybody needs an editor, and just don't take it personally. I mean, you can go in the bathroom and get mad and curse to yourself, whatever, but come back and realize that you're going to learn from the experience.
Curse to your colleagues, and that's the problem with COVID. They weren't right there to complain to.
Yes, yes, but realize it's going to make you better, and that we all, and especially as high school students, you have to learn journalism, because journalism writing is different from, say, writing an essay in high school or writing, a term paper or whatever. The writing's a little bit different. So there's going to be that learning curve at first, but don't get discouraged by it. Just learn from it and know that you can pick up that kind of writing as well. That's what I would say.
I love that. What about you, Miss Pam?
And Pam, tell them about the boot camp you're sitting in on, because as I just said in the chat, Andrea is teaching, she's co-teaching the next boot camp, which we're trying to lure a few of you to.
Right, yeah. The boot camp is honestly phenomenal. Like they come in, they say they don't know that much, but you be surprised like once you get the foundation of like a lead and cut lines, things of that nature. You can't it's nice. Journal writing is a lot more fun than essay writing. Like I'll die on that hill. Like they let you pick the topics. Like you get to interview people, come up with your own quotes, your own research. It's your story. That's yours. You're not gonna come through a textbook and have to it's a lot of fun. But I would say for people who want to stay consistent and really get into the field, doubling on what Andrea said, it's hard work and be patient. But I would say the one thing to take away from it is you're not a synonym. Do not compare yourself to the people who you think are doing better or getting more things published, or they're reporting more, things like that. They had their time, they put in their work, or you don't know if they're anxious up there and they practice for 3 hours long to be able to say the whole spiel nonstop with no mess ups, or if they had to read the Associated Press book from front to finish, to be able to come out and do articles out in an hour like that. You don't know what they're doing or how they got to their place, but just know you got your own path, you got your own race to run, and comparing yourself is only going to slow you down.
Yes, I love that so much. And while Miss Jane in the comments spilling all the tea, yes, I absolutely did say that if anybody is interested in doing this, you can do this. But look, y'all, Only people who are serious and only people who are going to stay committed to it, even when it gets hard. Because I'm not even going to lie to y'all. We had some people fumble the ball on this one. And it's not fair to people who really need that spot, because now they took up a spot that somebody else could take up. So before y'all hit up Miss Jane, don't hit up Miss Jane if you're not really going to stay consistent with it. So with that being said, Miss Pam and Miss Andrea, I want to get your perspective on what's the hardest hurdle that you've had to overcome, and what would you say just generally in the world of journalism? Like, what are some of the hardest things that people should be prepared for?
I would say push back on stories, especially these community stories. Sometimes they're not seen as important. They're not seen as important as the City Hall story or the big investigative pieces that take down a politician. So sometimes you just have to, it's persistence, just keep going back. You know, I would get a story turned down, so maybe I come back with it 2 weeks later when the news cycle is different and they need stories and they're thinking different.
Yeah, exactly. Right. August. In August.
Yeah, exactly. In August when everybody's on vacation, they need stories. But because some of it is subjective, it's what, what your editor thinks is important sometimes as well.
Wow.
And they have their own perspective of life and how they grew, how they grew up. I remember this was years ago when I worked at the Charlotte River. Somebody had called in complaining about being followed around in a store, African American man being followed around in a store. And I remember a white editor said, "Well, how do we know that's true? Because he doesn't have that perspective of being followed around in a store because people don't look at him with suspicion."
Right.
So I guess that's the hardest part is, when you are bringing a different perspective, getting, changing the culture, and so that people realize that, these things do happen, and just because you don't experience it doesn't mean it's not true. So that's probably been the most difficult thing throughout the years. But I would say that people, like over the years, there's been more acceptance of that kind of thing. But even with police stories, in Baltimore, people have been complaining for years about people in the community complaining for years about, police misconduct, and nobody believed them. We just trusted the police because they're the institution that we trust. But now with video, you can't always trust the police. That police because they're the institution that they do like. So I think that's the hardest.
Yeah, thank you so much for that perspective. What about you, Miss Pat?
Yeah. Thank you for that, Andrea. I would definitely say being secure in yourself and standing on your words is probably the hardest part. Just because, like Andrea's saying, like they're like your editors and your editor in chief is going to come to you like, okay, so what and why? Like, or they're not gonna say like, do we really need it in the budget this week? And it'll never get in the budget at all. You actually have to make people care what your topic is. Like you must have something, like even if nobody around you is thinking like, yeah, no one wants to hear the story, like this doesn't really matter, then stand firm in it. Like don't just back off because no one else cares, because sometimes you will have to fight your battles alone. And even if you get it in, and even if it comes out and say your whole newspaper staff cares and you get it in your magazine or your newspaper, okay, like we were talking about earlier, like social media takes a lot of hand in this. That story is going on the company Twitter, the company Instagram. People are going to go back and share it. Now you got to hear from the hate. I remember hearing my first like hate emails back about my stories. I was like, hold on, like
the trolls was on you.
People be projecting their own problems because they don't want to hear it, and you have to stand firm in what you write. Don't be deterred from like, well, yeah, maybe I could have wrote that a different way or whatever. You wrote it that certain way for that reason and that reason purposely, and if it was grammatically incorrect, your editor should have checked it or whatever. But stand firm in what you write, and don't let nobody like push you back or like wimp you out or whatever you want to say. Like this is your article. That's your name on it, and stand by it,
Yeah, you check your facts, you make sure they're true, and then you stand by your story.
It sounds like you need a lot of tough skin.
Oh my God, it's awful. Things they say I learned it when I wrote on Saturdays. I had to do politics. If I just wrote the word Hillary Clinton or President Obama, they would call me the most vile names in the book.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So do the people who are in editor positions, were they once journalists before?
But they still are. Go ahead, Andrea.
Oh, they are.
It depends. A lot of them, most were reporters at some point as well.
It's all journalism.
Yeah, but it is, yeah. So it's all journalism. So reporters, editors, it's all journalism. But a lot of editors were reporters before.
So like, why do they get like final say? Because I noticed when you were talking about the challenges, you said like, you know, like the different perspectives, but then sometimes if they care about it, then pretty much it got to be woven into the story. Like,
yeah. I mean,
why do they get final say?
Well, it's like any business, you know, the boss, the boss has the final say. I mean,
keep going above them though, if you really believe it.
Right.
It's a hierarchy.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, newspapers, TV, it's a business too. So somebody has the final say, just like at any job. But, you know, as a reporter, you also have influence on what stories you bring and what angles, you know.
Yeah. You don't want to complain all the time. Don't you both, you too, Joni, don't you find like you want to be selective when you really raise a stink, right? Like I let the smaller things go. And then, you know, if I feel very strongly about something, you know, I didn't mind going above an editor.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely learn to think about it.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. So then how does what you guys do? Huh?
You're the boss, right?
I mean, I don't call myself that.
We know it's true. We know it's true.
That you know it's true. But how does all this fit into the world of like filmmaking and producing and like all that type of stuff like that? Because most people would think that it's separate. I know for me, not knowing too much about it, I originally thought that it was separate, but then meeting Miss Jane and talking to her, I'm like, oh, all this stuff is interconnected.
I'd love Andrea to talk about it, but I just want to mention that, you know, at USA Today, again, where I was for so many years, you know, in the last maybe 5 years, every single story had to have a video on top of it. And that wasn't because of great, you know, journalistic ethics or principles. It was frankly driven by advertising because they made a little money off of every time that a video was clicked. But that opened up the market tremendously for video editors, because the better the video is, the more likely people will spend some time with it. Mm-hmm. So it just changed so dramatically. And they had reporters like myself, which it didn't work because I'm not good at it, going out and shooting their own video. And I just couldn't keep track of all of that. I'd always forget the mic or something. But then usually you have somebody that can go out with you who shoots it. But Andrea, like, how did you see that change over the years at Baltimore Sun?
We at the Sun, in like the last 8 years, we considered ourselves digital first, which means website, video, all that first, and print became more secondary. Print was still important because that's where we made our money, but the way that people are consuming news, like all you young people on here, I guarantee you do not pick up a print paper and read it. You get your news, probably not even from Facebook.
Has anybody ever read a print newspaper?
Right. The news from Facebook, but I hear that young people don't even look at Facebook anymore. So you're getting your news from YouTube videos. You're getting your news from, I don't know, not TikTok, but maybe Instagram. So that is a major part of the newsroom now. Like, I guess YouTube is huge with young people.
Yeah.
No, you'd be surprised. The journalists on TikTok, like, they do daily updates on like what's going on.
Yeah, we're doing
TikTok. I follow a lot of journalists on TikTok.
Yeah.
Mind.
Yeah. But Joni, I don't know if we have a hard stop at 11:45, but I'd love all the other two, and I can add a little just to make sure. Like, a lot of people think, you know, they're not good writers, and we're not all going to be great writers. But if you're artistically inclined, all of this is of a piece. It's visual storytelling, and that's the direction it's all going in. So if you're artistically inclined, Pam worked on a what we call charticles, and derisively sometimes in journalism, but we submitted an article and a charticle with a lot of graphic depictions of the mental health struggles, the addiction struggles. So anybody who has any interest in that, and we have Pooja Singh, I hope you're going to go to, I'm going to put the, and I know you'll get it, but our website address, she does great artwork that can be paired with data or just used when we don't have a picture. But Pam, do they teach that at school? Are they teaching infographics and graphic design?
Yes, my college, or the school I'm in, is called the School of Journalism and Graphic Communications. We have to take Photoshop, we have to take InDesign, or we have to learn how to work Photoshop, InDesign. We have to take a whole photography class. It's like 3 hours a week. We have to go out and do that stuff because when you go and report and you go go do your own research for your story, taking your own pictures. Who is paying for a personal photographer to take your picture at that event? You need to take that picture, and having your own graphics for Andrea was saying, videos and pictures really do draw people in to the story. And when you get your news on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, that front line, that very first thing people see when they're scrolling and what's going to make them stop, that's what matters. Because a lot of people, reading is no longer fundamental. They don't want to see it. They want to see pictures.
That's a good line. And Andrea, how about data too? Like knowing what data it's all about the facts these days, what data to choose. And
yes, and then the way you present the data, because people don't want to read a big block of data in a paragraph. So as Jane said, charticles, or just stories told through graphics, or on video. But just the way you present that data so that people will actually look at it is so important.
Yeah. Yeah. So we only really have a few more minutes, and I want to really give people a deep look into this boot camp, because Miss Pam, you're gonna be teaching it, right? So anybody that raised their hand,
Andrea,
that's me.
Andrea, you're gonna be teaching. Oh, see, I already promoted you already.
Well, after this call, I might promote her to senior intern or something.
You're gonna have to. So, Miss Andrea, people who are interested today, because people gonna be hitting up Miss Jane, and they say that they want to do this boot camp.
Yes.
Can you tell us what we need to be prepared for, some of the skills we should be learning, and if anything, what you would want them to bring to those sessions?
Sure. So all you have to bring is an open mind and be willing to learn a new type of writing. Just, we're not going to grade you on this. We just want you to come out at the end being able to write a short news story. So you'll learn how to write a lead, which is what the first paragraph in the story, which draws people in. But you'll learn how to write a nut graph, which is the main summary of the story. You'll learn how to use quotes in stories. It's only 2 hours a day for 6 days. It's really not a lot of time out of your life. You probably spend more time watching TV than that. But you'll come out being able to write a solid news brief that'll give you the foundation to be able to do even bigger stories and use your voice even more.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and you get. I'm going to write. I'm typing it, but so there's a certification. We're working on that for LinkedIn. We can get you, but it's something you put on your resume that you did this training. You had a published article, and you use that to get into college because it helps, or you use it to get your internship.
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. So you'll have a lot of connections, Miss Jane. My very, very last question. I need a 10-second answer, right? If y'all could leave us with one jewel, what would it be? Just one jewel. Miss Jane, I'm gonna start with you real quick. 10 seconds. One jewel.
We can all change the world with through what we write or tell us stories.
Yes. Miss Andrea, one jewel.
We need your voices. We need the voices of young people of color out there. We need to hear from you, and this is how we can hear from you. The world needs to hear from you.
Yes, Miss Pam, drop the mic on us. One jewel.
Journalists are needed in the world because we keep up what everybody is missing with life passing them by.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Y'all, I'm about to update the resource doc with their information. So if you wonder how to get in touch with them, don't stress. is going to be on the resource doc. Thank y'all so much.
Of
This was
course.
amazing.
The last thing is if anyone's in Midtown, Edmondson, Harlem Park, that area, we're going to be doing a lot of work there too. So I forgot to mention community walkthrough theater. Our stuff's going to appear on that in addition to publications. So you could really make a difference at that level.
Got you. We got you. We got you. They coming your way, Miss Jane. See y'all. Enjoy your day, and I will definitely be in touch with y'all. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Bye. Take care.
Thanks.
So
y'all,
fun.
what I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all that it was going to be amazing? Didn't I tell y'all? Now look, this is the one thing that I'm going to say, y'all. Don't hit Miss Jane up if you're not serious. Don't hit Miss Jane up if you're not serious. I'm about to get ready to update the resource doc, yo. Don't hit her up if you're not serious. This is an amazing opportunity, and we've already had a few people drop the ball on this. So I'm even just excited and humbled that they still want to work with us after some people didn't actually live up to the commitment that they were supposed to do with this. So this is a great opportunity, y'all, but it's only for people who are serious and committed. Y'all know what to do. Go on break. I'll see you back here at 12 o'clock. And we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, yo, I hope somebody had a good break. I hope somebody had a great break. Yo, I remember back in the day, like 2 weeks ago, where I could wait until like the end of the night, like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and update the resource sheet because wasn't nobody stressing me. That was back in the day. Now I gotta spend part of my break updating the resource sheet, yo, because so many people are excited to connect with the guest mentors. That's a great problem to have. I love that I got that problem, yo. I love that I got that problem. So hopefully y'all are sending Miss Jane some nice professional emails. And if y'all jumping in her DM, because I put her IG in there, hopefully y'all sending her some nice and professional DMs. Y'all don't jump in there on no broke bum energy, yo. Don't jump in there being all ratchet, yo. This is journalism. This is serious. This is a great connect. And yo, somebody, at least one person gotta come through and represent the Heart Smiles brand well with that opportunity, because we've had people connected with Miss Jane. We've had people have those opportunities, getting to work with Emmy awarded journalists, but we haven't had anybody yet that was able to just stay with it, stay consistent, and like really represent. So, yo, I got my little fingers crossed. I'm just hoping for one person to really get in there and represent y'all. But y'all know what we about to do. We got our other favorite on here. Yo, you already know, Miss Money Mo. What's up?
Hey, how are you?
How you feeling? Yes, going to be Emmy awarded. Do you remember that success session last year with the Emmy nominated journalist she had? Donovan, you gotta go back and look. You need to watch that section.
Yeah, that was a really, really good one. I'm sorry. Can I say one thing about the emails real quick?
Say it all.
I'm sure we're gonna have that whole session because that's a really good session with Jada, the one that she has about the professional emails. However, no, okay. So anyway, I pressed the button.
I'm frozen. I'm frozen. But go ahead.
Okay, anyway. Just a pro tip. So I know that sometimes we get caught up in the actual email address. Like you don't want it to be like, whatever email addresses that y'all have. But also be aware of y'all display name and what comes up after you send the email. Because like that's in your settings, like in your Gmail settings or your Yahoo or whatever. Make sure your display name is your first and last name and not your Instagram name, not your Facebook name, not whatever other name, your whatever, Lil, whatever. Don't do that. Make sure it's your first and your last name. Try to do something that's identifiable because even if your email address is your first and your last name, sometimes that display name is not. So just be aware of that. That's all.
Hey yo, not hey yo. You is crazy. You said not the law or something. You know that's how I do things.
And that's fine. That's fine on Instagram. But it's not fine when you send in a professional email. I just want y'all to get the opportunities. That's all.
We love to see it. Thank you so much, yo.
You're welcome. I'm sorry to freeze you. I didn't mean it. I apologize.
It's all good, y'all. I mean, it is good.
Happy Friday, y'all.
Happy Friday. Yo, why is your stepson keep talking about where's the link?
That's my baby. I know. Naeem, I know you want to join, but you don't even know what the topic is. So let's
the man be on here every day, yo. It's okay. The man be on here every day. He was falling out the chair last night. Yo, okay.
When I tell you I was crying when this was like, look, and then he went. I was like, where'd you go? What are you doing?
It's just a whole mess, y'all. It's just a whole mess.
I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, Naeem, if you are interested in the top. No, okay.
Yo, the boy on here every day, yo. It's okay, yo. It's okay, yo. It's fine. Y'all gonna be making space for these new heartbeats, yo.
That's right. But I mean, it's good. Okay, I'm not gonna blow her spot up. Is somebody at the door?
Yeah, but they don't have no camera, so you know how we feel about that.
She should turn her. We had a discussion, so it should come out when you let her in.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think that's your fault. See?
Hey, Ronnie. Okay, you were scared me a little bit. I was like, hold up.
Off for a second. Hello. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. So nice to meet you. You giving me model. You model?
No. I just like dressing, I guess.
Okay. I love it.
You definitely give a model. Hey, Ivani, thank you for coming on today.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
You want to say a little bit about yourself before we get into our question?
Okay, so obviously my name is Imani. I am 16. I go to Poly. I make music. I read. I write. I like art, and I like having discussions with people, and I like to talk a lot. So that's why I came here. So yeah, and it's fun to be here. Yeah.
We're so glad to have you, and special shout out to Mar, because Mar is the one who connected me to Imani. So thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. And we're going to get into this session in a little bit. But question of the day. If you could be friends with or hang out with a celebrity for a day, who would it be?
I feel like it's kind of stereotypical, but I would be friends with Beyonce. Not because she's super famous, but I want to ask her if it's boring. Like, I feel like it'd be boring by now. Like, she's doing it all the time. So, yeah.
That's a good point. I never thought about it.
I never thought about that either.
She probably is tight. What's that, 25 years plus in the game or something like that? She probably is tight.
Exactly.
Okay, Miss Jody.
Yo, my answer gonna be the same for the rest of my life, yo. Barack Obama.
Yeah, that's the same answer she gave last year.
Don't nobody else do it for me. Barack Obama. That's it.
I feel like okay, that's always gonna be a good answer. Beyonce's always gonna be a good answer too, honestly. Mine be changing because I can't remember what I said last year, but this year it's Michelle Obama. So I guess nope, took it already. Yeah. You got Barack, I got Michelle. Yeah. Definitely Michelle Obama. I love her and everything that she stands for. So that would be mine. Y'all already starting. I already see the littles. The littles are floating around, the little babies and the little dirks. Oh, let's see. Adriana. What? Adriana.
What'd they say?
Oh, no, she said little baby. Because he's the GOAT. But Adriana, please text me.
The GOAT of what?
The rap? I don't know. A rap of somebody compared him to J. Cole one day, and I was like, I don't know, but it's okay. Lil Baby, he has a couple songs. They kind of slap a little bit, but not. It don't matter. It's okay. It's okay. But Adriana, no, for real, text me though, because we could talk about it. But just text me. Let me see. Somebody said, okay, Jordan James said J. Cole. Naeem said Lil Durk. Like I said, I can't name one Lil Durk song. I don't even know who that is. I don't even, if he was walking down the street, I wouldn't even know who that is. Candace said Lil Durk. I think they met King Von. Dominic said Dave Chappelle. Okay, Dave Chappelle. That's a cool one. Jordan also said Usain Bolt. Why do I keep seeing Lil Durk? Somebody said Young Boy. Megan, you can go right over there with Charlie, with that Young Boy. You can go right over there with him. You go right over there with him. Yes, Miss Carmen. Miss Carmen said Michelle Obama too. That's what I like to hear. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. Dante, of course. I give you one guess what Dante said.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill and J. Cole. He actually said J. Cole. Dave said Lil Papa. What, I don't know who that is. Lil Papa YG Tech. Who is that?
I don't
you know
know
who that is,
I
Imani?
don't know these people.
I don't even know who Lil Durk or any of these people are. I just know J. Cole. I saw Lauryn Hill, and that's all I recognized.
I know that's right, Imani. You got a pure soul. You got a pure spirit. You made a good choice today, Miss Money Mo.
Oh, thanks. Because I don't know none of these people. I'm going to have to look them up. Drake, Nelly, and Nicki Minaj. Not Cam said elders would be J. Cole. I guess, I don't know what that means. I guess they together.
Somebody wants to spend a day with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so let's look at this from a different perspective. Maybe it's like out of curiosity. Maybe they don't necessarily like want to like hear their music all day, but maybe they just want to see what their lifestyle is like. You know? No? Okay.
I get
whatever. Question of the day over. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for sharing your answers. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. Let's get into this discussion. Let's get into the topic.
Okay. So first part of the topic that I wanted to talk about was, I remember the reason I wanted to talk was because on Thursday, Donovan was talking about Olympic stuff, and he was talking about like LGBT in Olympics. But I was thinking about all the general racism that's happening. Have you guys heard of what they were talking about with the caps and stuff with swimmers? Yeah, so that was the first thing. But they were also starting to ban, I think it was 2 runners this year, and it's also happened in the years before, where people were banning runners for having too much testosterone naturally because it wasn't fair. And so I keep seeing that a lot of people are angry because, you know, Michael Phelps, he has like an advantage because he was born like that, like really long arms, a lot of testosterone. He literally like doesn't get dragged because of the way his body is built. And so some people are thinking like they're targeting Black people, and some people are really, really upset about it because there are people being disqualified for like their natural bodies. There are people who can't like wear their hair naturally because it's not allowed anymore. So people are real mad about that. And I was wondering what people thought about it because I'm pretty upset about it too.
Wow.
Yeah. It's been a whole lot around this, just the whole Olympic situation. And if anybody is interested in kind of giving their perspective about what Imani's bringing to our attention, then you can absolutely get the link. I know you don't want Naeem to come on here, but if he has a perspective
do your
about
thing.
the situation at
When you get out of
hand.
control, don't ask me to help. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do your thing.
Anyway, but if anybody else has a perspective of that they want to share, you can absolutely hop on. But it is crazy, especially I find that the swim caps really just, I don't know. I feel like that's a little personal to me because I was in swim lessons when I was like really, really super young. And, you know, wearing swim caps and stuff, it was harder. Like, it's harder to get, like, Black hair under swim caps. And I don't know, you know, if everybody feels like that, but it is. So to ban something that is helpful and that is easier for Black women to do when it comes to their, you know, their hair and competing and being the best athletes that they can be, I find it to be unfair. I also find it to be unfair that if things are naturally occurring in your body, to be like, oh, you can't. First of all, why are you in my business? You in my business? Don't do that. Like, why are you in my business? Why do you even know that exists? And then, you know, just to say that you're banned because of that, that's messed up.
I didn't know it was a thing. Like, you enlightening me. I mean, I heard about the wave cap thing, the soul cap, but I didn't know your natural, just the way you are, was coming into the spotlight.
because someone had said, I don't even know who it was, I think it might have been a judge or something, but I know there was a quote spreading around where they were like, it goes against the natural way of hair, which was the thing people were really getting mad about, because they're like, natural hair is our thing. Like, natural hair is what we have, what we've been rocking for a long time. So it wouldn't make any sense. And somebody said, what do you think about an all-black Olympics? At this point, I feel like it should happen, because I want to see all the black talent that they have. Honestly.
Listen, that's definitely gonna that's gonna be that would be I don't know. I have no idea, because I know that people are gonna turn up if that was a thing. They're gonna be like, oh my God, that's racist. Why would you ever do that? Blah blah blah. But also, like, literally every day or literally every week, I feel like it's a new a barrier put up for Black athletes to compete, you know, at least on a fair basis when it comes to like just huge sports competitions. And in general, we know the barriers that exist just in general, but I'm not sure. Ken said, how do y'all think that we can make that happen?
I feel like realistically, honestly, nobody would let it. But I feel like if we had the chance, it would just be to be taken, just take the Black athletes, put them in a place that's not racist, first of all, because after researching about the Olympics, I found out that now that it's in Tokyo is actually really racist. And it's like, because like in a lot of Asian countries, the paler your skin is, the more beautiful you are. Like, and so a lot of racism seems to be coming from that. But I feel like put you in a place, I don't know what qualifies like as a Black place. Like, I don't know what places are Black majorly, but like take a bunch of Black athletes, put them there, and then like have them show all their talents. Because I feel like that's just what they deserve. Not forever, because I feel like there's a bunch of talent out there. But like Black people deserve their spotlight for a little bit. Maybe give them a year, you know, put them somewhere. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I can see I can see both sides. Not both sides as far as like the racism, obviously, but I can see how the only Black Olympics, they gonna turn up. It's gonna be a hot mess. What'd you say?
Somebody said Jamaica. Somebody said Atlanta. I could see it in Atlanta.
Yeah, everything Black is in Atlanta, in my opinion. But listen,
crazy. No, BET would have to do it. They already do the music awards. It would be another leg off of BET.
That's true.
I wonder how Kim won't say Africa, but Kim. Nah, I don't think. Listen, I have no idea.
Some African people don't even like us.
I was gonna say that. That's why I paused like that.
You gotta say it, Miss Moneymo. You gotta say it, like for real. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them, they look at us like.
Yeah, that's a whole different issue. Like, I don't think that would be a good a country. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. Also, real quick, Antonio, you said you wanted to hop on. If you wanted to hop on, I said DM me on Instagram so you can get the link, or somebody give him the link, because I don't know where he went, but he said he wanted to hop on. So just wanted to make that. Imani, what's your perspective on Sha'Carri?
Sha'Carri, I feel like I would need somebody to explain it to me in a way that would make me change my opinion. But I feel like I always think it's kind of like a consequence in action, like consequence and like your action consequences. That's what I meant to say, because I do feel like the way people explained it, it was kind of like a targeted thing with the whole like telling her that her mom died in an interview and then me like drug testing her and stuff like that. But I do think it's one of those situations where it's like we know like what people try to do when they target us and people of our skin color, and that it was one of those things where like it happened, there was a consequence, and that was the end of it. But I do feel like I do kind of see both sides. Like I think it could have definitely been like a targeted thing, but luckily she can run in a different race. I'm not sure which one, but she's not disqualified forever, so that's good. But I do think it was like it wasn't completely like her fault, but it also wasn't completely like the fault of anybody else. So yeah.
Miss Joni, thank you for your perspective, Imani. Miss Joni, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it is very disheartening. Like thinking about this situation, I always first go to the fact that she's holding herself accountable, which I absolutely appreciate and I respect that. My thing just with that is like, regardless of what the situation is, like, put that pain into your passion and allow that to help fuel you and propel you forward and not make you take unnecessary steps back. And one question like that I would ask her, like if I was standing in front of her, like, girl, don't you know that if you would have put that out on the field, like how much faster you probably would have been, or how many records, many more records you probably would have broke? Like, just having those healthy coping skills is definitely something that's missing, and having fame and attention and stuff, like, don't change none of that. So it just saddens me to think about all that she lost and kind of gave up. She didn't really lose too many endorsements, but she definitely lost like a once in a lifetime type situation. And we can just only hope and pray that 4 years from now, she still got it and she can make it again. But like, it's just too sad.
Right.
Yeah. I
3 people are asking you for the link, by the way. I don't think they caught on that they're supposed to DM you at this point.
Well, I got one. That follow directions. I think I got one. I think I got Janae. I'm just waiting for the message, but it's okay, y'all. Come on, I'ma say it. I put it in the chat a couple of times, but I will say it. If you want the link, DM me on Instagram __ Morgan Desiree __ Morgan Desiree. Okay. As far as this situation goes, I just feel like Ms. Joni kind of touched on it, but I wish that she also just had better coping mechanisms for the situation that she was in. I wish that she had access to that, or at least was able to utilize that, because as an athlete, I don't think that she knew it was without consequence. I think that she knew, but I was listening to a podcast, and the man on the podcast was talking about, like, she was in so much, it's a possibility that she was in so much pain that she didn't even care about the consequence of, what may happen. So it's a tough situation, and I feel for her, and it could have been something great this year for the Olympics. However, that's not what happened. So we gotta kind of keep moving forward, and I think that she accepts that too. So that's really it. I think we got Janae, y'all. I think Janae is coming on, but Janae is the only one that followed directions. So I don't know.
Yo, imagine this. Imagine if Sha'Carri would have won the Olympics this year, right? And also we had, what's the poet that did Biden's inauguration? Like 2 Black girls in 1 year doing like major things. Like, just imagine how great that would have been. Just
Right.
for inspiration.
Yeah, I know, but I still think she's inspirational in the fact we know she's a great athlete. It's just it's just an unfortunate situation. Amanda.
Thank
Okay.
you. She sent chills all through me, yo, because I'm like, yo, wow.
Yeah. Same with me. Because it was interesting, because we were watching the inauguration. I said, who is that? Because you kind of you go in and out with inaugurations sometimes. It's kind of like, all right, come on now, it's kind of dragging. But then I looked at it, I said, who is that? They got her up there doing, the just addressing the world at that point, because it wasn't just Americans watching that, it was everybody watching it, because that transition was a big thing for our country. So yeah, it's a great thing. Imani, what's the other situation that you wanted to bring to our attention? Because I just learned about this one, actually, so I don't know too much, but I would like you to lay it out and explain what it is.
This did happen a little bit ago, and it's just being brought to light now because there's a video, like, as evidence and stuff. So basically, a lady named Ariel Harrison, she's blind in one eye, so this could have been the cause for, like, a pullover, but she was pulled over by the cops because they suspected that she was drunk. And I believe it was because she was, like, blind in an eye. And so they, like, basically got her there, didn't have any, like, they didn't drug test her, even though they said that she had a DUI in the documents and everything. So stuff didn't match up. They tased her. They brought her to the jail. And when she got to jail, they basically told her to undress. And here's the problem is that because of the new rape law that was passed, which sensitive topic, there were cops that were sexually assaulting prisoners, and they had to make sure that no male officers were undressing women because they would sexually assault people in the jail cells by saying, like, undress yourself so we can see if you're hiding anything. So with that law passed, they weren't allowed to see her undressed. And she was like, I am not going to get undressed in front of a male officer, but I will happily do it in front of a female officer. And instead of doing that, a female officer came in, tased her, and they undressed her while they had her subdued. And then basically she was facing years in prison because she was resisting arrest, because she was doing unlawful things, and because she wasn't driving correctly, even though, like, the things they had in their documents did not match up. And now that the video came to light, where I haven't watched it because I don't think I'm ready to be able to see something like that. But there's a video, and now she's still facing 3 to 5 years because of all the other charges they added on top of that to try to get her in trouble. And so now it's just a big case. Like, there's a Justice for Ariel tag where it's disgusting, honestly. So that was the case that I was talking about.
Man, and so when Imani, thank you for covering that, just kind of the quick description of that. When Imani brought that to my attention, immediately I went to go, look up what I could because I hadn't heard about it. So I was like, okay, hey Janae, I hope that you with us because I can't see you. So I hope that you with
acting stupid, so my mic is only working.
Oh, okay. Listen, we're gonna rock with it. We're gonna rock with it. If that's what we rocking with, that's fine. But I just that's personal to me, and I feel like just as women and girls, when you say that you're not comfortable with something for whatever reason it may be, because you don't know what we have dealt with when we were younger, what we're dealing with now, what we've dealt with it with our daughters, our goddaughters, our nieces, whatever. When somebody says they're uncomfortable, especially a woman, you need to listen to them. I don't care if you believe them. I don't care if, that's not even like on your wavelength of understanding. You need to believe them because you never know what that triggers for somebody. Right. And it's personal. It's super personal to me on a couple different levels, but it's just like, yo, if I say I would prefer a female, give me a female. Like, I still have certain rights here. I still, am able to say what I would like. And even if you believe I'm a criminal, even if you believe I broke the law for whatever reason, like, I'm still a person. So please listen to me.
Right. And they had passed that law on purpose. Like, it's disgusting that, like, the rape law had to be passed for cops because of what they were doing to prisoners, and they still didn't listen to it, which shows, like, you can have as much power as you want, you can have as many prohibitions against that power, and this kind of stuff still happens. And it's horrifying to me that she's still possibly facing jail time because of what they added to her record. I don't think that's okay in the slightest. So
yeah, me neither. Janae, I know you just kind of slipped on in there. Did you have something that you wanted to share?
No, I agree with everything that y'all were saying. I wanted to say something about what happened to her with the Olympics, Sha'Carri. It was completely wrong what happened to her. Like, I wish she had more strength to push through, like Miss Johnny said the other day, to push through. And, like, I can't talk right. I'm sorry.
You're good. You are fine. You are doing better than you give yourself credit for. Just take your time. You're fine.
But one thing I disagree about is that when they try to put Mike Phelps in there, he got worse consequences than Sha'Carri when I researched on it. they actually do give all equal consequences throughout the Olympics, but I do understand why, like, they was just, why the black community was just like, oh, why y'all do this to Sha'Carri, but y'all didn't do this to Michael Phelps. They did actually, but it's just, it wasn't as publicized as it was because she is really inspiring the black community, so we were all outraged about it.
Yeah. Hey Antonio. I don't know if you can hear us or not. Not you with these glasses on. How you doing?
Hey.
Thank you for
Hello.
slipping in.
Wait, so y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
All right, cool. I had to make sure.
Okay. Is there, and Imani, I'm sorry if I cut you off, but is there something that you wanted to say? You or Antonio?
No. I was just listening to y'all speak. Yeah, you can go on and say what you were about to say.
Okay. Antonio, did you want to share anything?
I did. I like, the topic, like the where y'all said, like, cause I wanted to speak on the fact, like, about like the full black like athlete thing. Like, I really that like all people, not even all people, all community, but like other colored people in general should like, but mostly black people. But I feel like black people should really get like their own like their own special, like, I can't recall what the word is, but like we should all, like all the black people should get like their own little athletic day, or not like athletic day, but they should have their own athletes, just for just for themselves. Cause like I feel like us, like our community, don't really get a lot of events, like yeah, we got like Black Lives Matter, and we got the whole movement, but I feel like if we were to have like if black people were to have like their own like terms of Olympics, that would kind of be cool, because it's like you get to see all, like you get to see different types of African Americans show everybody what they're good at, because some people despise black people for only being good at one thing. And it's like, I'm not calling nobody out, but it's like you got some people that like only see us as good at what we used to do. Like, you got some whites that don't want to agree with us, or don't want to see us as equal to them. But it's like, if in all honesty, they're no different than us, because if you want to think about it, we're all black in some way. It's just their tone is lighter than us. But in all reality, we're all black. It's just, so it's like, I don't really understand when white people treat us differently. Because it's like, you're treating us differently because of our color. In all reality, you're really the same as us if you think about it.
This makes me. Oh, okay. Wait. Janae has a question first, but after she has a question, I also have a question. So.
Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Do you think it's possible though that we could have our own Olympics without the actual Olympics trying to stop us though? Because I've been thinking about that.
That's a good question. So that's so I would say yes and no, because I feel like yes, because just like how women got the right to have, like, just like how women had to fight to get their own rights. And I feel like for us to get our own Olympics, it would be the same way, because like for like for women to get their rights, they got their rights because basically the whole woman community went against went against other people to get their rights. So they fought hard for their rights. So I feel like if our community did the same like the women movement did for our rights for the Olympics, I feel like if they really pushed hard enough and really like had their mind set on it, we really be able to get our own Olympics going. And then if we did, it'd be hard. Like, our Olympics would probably be, they probably, people don't want to admit it, but our Olympics probably be the best Olympics, because if you got a, no offense, but if you got a group of black people going on, it's going to be fun. It's like, you can't, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to be fun whether you like it or not.
That's true.
That's very true. Yeah.
Janae, did you want to? I mean, Imani, did you want to go ahead and either answer his question or ask your question?
I was actually gonna ask my question. So it's I feel like it's a little bit related, but also kind of like, So I did see a question once, and I think it was supposed to be a joke, but then afterwards, people started having actual genuine conversations about it. Do you think it would be a good idea, even if it was only for a year, a decade, or whatever, to resegregate, but in the opposite way, where privileges are equal, everything's equal, but you separate everybody? Because I just realized, like, all this mingling, everything, there's so much chaos going on right now with racism. And people are like, what do you think would happen if we just resegregated people? But same rights and everything. Like, we're not getting on white people or black people. What do you think would happen? Do you think it would be a good idea? Do you think it would be awful? Like, because I was thinking about it. Like, what y'all think would happen?
Hold on. So sorry to cut you off. So it's like we're segregated, but we still have the rights we have now.
Just separate. Yeah.
I don't know, because I feel like it'd be like that one white person. Now hear me out. I feel like it doesn't sound like a too bad idea, but I feel like it'd be that one white person that will find a way to like take advantage of that. And then it'll be like it'll start off as one, and then it'll go to two, and then it'll start to spread. And it's like I'm not saying it. I'm saying it's possible, but like they'll use that chance of us being segregated again, and then they'll probably find a way to be like, oh, it's like the old times now, and it's like they like this race shouldn't have their rights, and this race shouldn't have their rights, and it's like I could never understand why they would do that, because it's like we trying to like our kind is trying to not our kind, our race is trying to live too, because like we're people just like y'all. We're no different. We have we all have brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. We all have relatives that we all want to that we all love and take care of. So it's like I don't really understand. Like I just feel like that us being segregated could be a good and bad thing, because it could benefit both of us, but then like it could be like that small slim chance that it could ultimately benefit like the white side, and like they could use that against us, and it could end up bad for all of us.
I agree, because I feel like it could be like that one like make America great again white person that's going to be like, oh, we're going to put you back to the old days, but that's not what we're trying to do. I get what you're trying to say though, but I completely agree.
Yeah.
Did y'all want us to answer real quick too, or no?
I definitely I want him Miss Joni answer. I want
No,
him
because he was smiling when I said it, and I'm like, I wonder what she's thinking over there.
You don't want him. I'm just enjoying listening to y'all talk. You don't want to hear my answer, because I might be on the wrong side of the.
Because one thing I be noticing when I be watching these, Miss Joni be really like every time people come on here and they say it, Miss Joni really be listening back, like she be shaking her head, and then it's like I be feeling like she be holding. I be like she holding something back. She's not telling us something.
You got to.
I want to hear your opinion.
You got for real. I don't think that would be a bad idea, but I think what mess it up is that our communities are so flooded with drugs and violence and all that stuff. Like back in the day when we were segregated, when people actually had pride, like the Black Panthers and people like that, we would have been okay. And that's something that I think about constantly. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not grateful that they fight it for our rights, because definitely equal rights was important. But where was the visionary to be able to see how we could have built our own and how we could have taken care of our own communities? Because if we would have had some of those early structures still in place, it's no way they would have been able to poison our communities the way that they did.
Thanks. I think we already got the ghetto now, and we have the suburbs, and the reason we always look at what's poor and what's like good, what's got the most crime rates and what's like, is because of the place that we get set up together. So it would either give us the chance to grow a lot, or we would crash. So thinking about it like that, it could definitely we could make it or break it ourselves. Not even white people. We could do that to ourselves. So that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I'm gonna just say one small thing. If I give y'all I feel like I say this a couple of times. If I give y'all my real breakdown, the live might get shut off because it's
Not the real breakdown.
Listen, if I give
Shut
you
us
my
down.
real, it might shut us off because then I'm going to start talking about how the Black Panthers were dismantled and all that. And I don't have time. However, because I don't want this lie to get cut off. However, I'm kind of on Miss Joni's side. I'm like, listen, let's try it. Let's try it for a year, see where we are. Because whatever this is, it's a mess, honey. Whatever this is, we can't do it. So yeah, that's my quick thing. Yeah, I think we only got like yeah, it's pretty much over.
Got like 5 minutes. Really went into the whole topic.
But not really, because if you think about it, we only got like 2.5, 3 minutes, because then we gotta all do jewels, and then Miss Joni gotta say, okay, take y'all break, then take y'all lunch break, and then don't come back, go to y'all mentor meeting. She gotta do all of that. So
yeah, you know, Miss Joni got hype it up for real.
Hey, Tony, stop playing, y'all.
I ain't doing nothing.
All right, y'all. We'll go ahead. So I just want to say thank you to Imani, to Janae, to Antonio for coming on and just giving your perspective as newer heartbeats too. That's amazing. Imani, you definitely have some great facilitation skills as well. You have like very just. I'm glad that you decided to have this session today. And we can do our jewels and we can get up out of here, y'all. Whatever order y'all want to go in is fine.
I think my jewel is gonna be to never stop existing as yourself because of the world's idea of you. So just like never be unapologetically you, which is basically what it is at this base. Yeah.
My jewel, you know what? I've been thinking. My jewel, before you get one win, you gotta take 1,000 losses. And if you keep your mind fixated on it, you'll get that one win. Just know it'll be worth it at the end.
Homie?
That's my jewel.
Yes, Janae.
Never really back down on what you say, even if people don't like it. Always have your opinion, even if people don't like it.
That's amazing. Those are really, really good jewels. Kim said y'all giving her poet. So listen, y'all had some really nice jewels. I appreciate that. Like I said, this session was awesome. And I want y'all to come back. My jewel is just hold yourself accountable. Whatever you may do, just make sure you have that accountability and move on to be the best that you can be. All right, y'all. We out of here. Love y'all.
Amazing. Thank y'all so much. Y'all did a great job. I hope to see y'all back.
Absolutely. Bye.
All right. See y'all. Yo, was that not an amazing session, yo? Did they not kill it? Yo, New Heartbeats stepping up, yo. New Heartbeats is stepping up. But look, this what we gotta do, yo. This what we gotta get done right fast, yo. I told y'all at the top of the situation, yo, every Friday we banging somebody cash app with $100, yo. A new heartbeat, yo. Every single Friday. This is your thank you money. This is your keep going money. This is your blessing that you didn't even expect to get money. Yo, listen. Y'all make sure y'all hold y'all mentors accountable for sending names. Because I ain't trying to snitch on nobody, but every team didn't submit a name. Every team didn't submit a name. Look, what's done is done. Can't go back in the past. But when y'all get into y'all meetings today, and when y'all talking to y'all mentors, y'all make sure y'all ask, hey, what do I need to do to earn my nomination? Because some people missing out. But yo, My winner for today, which I'm happy about because you can actually see the growth. And like when you see the growth, it's undeniable. Yo, Donovan! 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 Send me your Cash App, shorty. DM me your Cash App right now, Donovan. DM me your Cash App right now, Donovan, so we can go ahead and get you on, give you your $100. Congratulations, yo. Congratulations to Donovan stepping all the way out of his comfort zone. Congratulations to Donovan. Donovan, you broke out your shell, boy. You standing on top of your shell like, yeah, what's next? We love to see it, yo, because that's where it starts. And the fact that you are taking the lead in your own life just says a lot about where you are going. So when I see your name come through, I'm like, oh, all right, I could get behind that. Like, you know how you just know. So, yo, send me your Cash App right fast. Go ahead and DM that to me so we can get that popping. Now, look, y'all know it's time to get ready to go on break. And that you take your break, you take your lunch. But look, this is where I leave you. After your lunch, don't come back here. Go to your meeting, yo. Go to your meeting. And if you don't have a team or you don't know who your mentor is, just get into any meeting if you are serious about your goals. Connect with anybody, any of those mentors, and we'll help you get connected to the mentor that you are supposed to have if you really supposed to be here. Because you know, some of y'all ain't even really supposed to be here. Y'all just be rocking with us. And it's all good, yo. It's all good. We are not hating and we won't say nothing. Our lips are shut. But like, yo, if that's you, if you don't have a home or if you don't know where your home is at, yo, you can go to any of the meetings, be involved in the conversation. The goal is for you to start working on your goals. That's why we have these meeting sessions. So you can reflect on some of the lessons that you've been learning. So you can talk about some of the goals that you have, and we can figure out what kind of resources we need to provide you so that you can start working on those goals. So that's where the meetings come into play. And like, yo, it don't matter who you are. You can join a meeting. The meeting links are in the resource doc, yo. You will see them there. You can go to any of them. If you already know who your team is, you good. You are good. Donovan, I'm getting it right now. Thank you so much. You are good. But everybody else, like I said, you can go to any of them. And yo, that's just what we doing. That's just what we doing. And Donovan, you should be getting that ding ding right now. It should be coming through. It say it's going to be deposited once you complete the payment. Congratulations again. I hope somebody had a great week at work, y'all. I hope somebody's having a good time at work. Even if you was like Tiana, yo, and you was like, who's them hot frowns? And you ain't want to come here. I hope somebody is glad that they got placed with us this summer, yo. I hope somebody is glad that they got connected with us. So, yo, I'm just want to see y'all win. And that's it. It came through. All right, bet. That's amazing. Yo. Congratulations. Enjoy your blessing. And yo, if y'all rocking with us tonight, you already know Focus Friday. That's on Instagram Live starting at 7 o'clock. We're going to be there every Friday. And look, y'all already know what I'm about to say, yo. I know y'all got y'all meeting, but y'all know what I'm about to say, yo. Go be productive, yo. Go be productive. Go work on something that's connected to your goals, that's connected to your version of success. When your meeting is over, it's still going to be daylight outside. You still going to have about 5 more working hours left in your day. When you get off of your meeting, yo, it should not be ending your day. It should be just starting your day. That's where you go and you really focus and you hunker down on those goals. It's going to be a lot of things competing for your attention, yo. It's going to be a lot of things. I want your attention here. I want you to go here. I want you to do that. No, no, and no. This is where your discipline has to come into play. This is where you really got to hunker down and you say, no, I'm not doing that. I got to focus on my goals right now. I got to focus on where I want to be. I got to work now so that I can ensure my future. A lot of people can't do that, yo. It's a hard thing to do because if it wasn't so hard, everybody would be doing it. But like, yo, you got to make it your priority to make sure that you are disciplining yourself enough to work on those goals. And yo, if you ain't got no goals, my God, don't hit me up, yo. If you ain't got no goals, that's a bigger problem. Do not hit me up, yo. Connect with any one of these OG heartbeats, yo. Connect with any one of these mentors and let them help you get some goals. And the goals ain't got to be all crazy, yo. You just start with some small goals. Start with some small goals that's going to help you take one step at a time. And once you start making progress, I promise you, yo, I promise you, it'll help you towards reaching the bigger goals in life that you have. But like, yo, you got to at least start there. All right. Y'all know what it is. I see y'all tonight. If y'all rocking with us for Focus Friday. And if not, that's cool. I see you Monday, 10 o'clock. I hope y'all have an amazing weekend. If I don't talk to y'all, I'm out of here.